But they want to think about it, or they want to wait till after the holidays?
After the holidays, yeah.
Yeah, mine's always, no matter what, if they want to push it back, it's always like, hey, or they want to think about it. It's like, hey, I get that you want to think about it. Um, but at this point, there's really nothing to think about because we haven't got your approval. So let me see if I can get you approved first. And then at that point, you can make that decision. But at this point, it's just all hypothetical. So let's put your application together and see if they'll approve you and go from there. And then just
Okay.
what's your middle initial?
Yeah. I mean, that works as well, right? Anything that we say that can move the conversation will work, guys. Anything. Okay. The point is when we don't have something to say, right? Knowing is not enough. We must apply, right? So we'll know to say that, but when we get that objection on the phone, oh, I want to think about it, we hit them with like some weird shit. What do you got to think about? Right? And it's just like, then they're like, well, all right, well, all that rapport built out the window. Okay. So the whole purpose is like, what are we saying when they say they want to think about it? What are we saying when they say, I can't do this right now, I need to wait after the holidays? Right. Um, so let's role play that a little bit. John Barnett, I'm gonna pick on you.
All right, bro.
All right, we got to close. We're at whatever amount. And I'm just literally gonna hit you with, hey man, I think I want to wait after the holidays.
All right, so you just want me to give you the amount and the total or whatnot?
Yeah, you can make it up.
All right, so the recommended amount is 15,000 for $127 a month. Now we can set aside a little bit more or set aside a little bit less, whatever's more comfortable for you and your budget.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. I got a lot coming up with these holidays. Is there any way I can call you back?
Yeah, I can. You can definitely call me back, but the big thing is to actually be able to get you approved. Now you don't have to pay out any money today, like I told you before. We can easily set this up to come out next month or whenever you get your benefit again. So no money's coming out today. All we're trying to do is find the right carrier for you, get you approved. Once we get you approved, we know that your coverage is going to go into effect as soon as you make that first payment. So then you just set up your next payment whenever you'd like to. But the big thing is make sure that we can get you approved for coverage so that we know that you're covered that first day you make your payment.
Okay, great job. Thank you, John.
All right,
Noah,
man.
let's give it a shot. Make up any
Sure.
price and whenever you're ready.
Sure. I totally understand that you'd have to think about it. And what we're going to do today is we're just going to put together an application, submit it to the carrier. And it's going to go into underwriting, and they're going to compare your health information based on what you put in the app. If everything works out, they're going to approve it and just mail you the policy for you to look over. And you've got about a month to think about it. So what's a good address to send this to?
I like the redirection on the back end. Awesome. Um, Alex, are you in a position to talk? You're not driving, are you?
No, I'm not driving.
You want to give it a shot?
Yeah, what was the question again?
So we're just going to overcome the objection. I want to think about it, or I'm going to wait till after the holidays.
Got you. Yeah, that's no problem. And most of my customers, they don't want to take some time to think about it. But what I would recommend is let's go ahead and try to get the approval to see if this is something that you would get approved for, and you could set the date at a future time after the holidays.
Okay, perfect. So, I mean, it sounds like we all got something to say for that objection, right? The thing that you don't want to do is like, ask them that question. What is it exactly that you want to think about? All right. Because that just shows that we're not preparing for, some of these objections. What I want to know, like, let's say we go a second level to that. Jeannie.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do, I want to think about it. Okay. And then we'll go a second layer deeper.
How's that? What do you
You'll see. I want to think about it, Jeannie.
All right. Well, we all need to carefully consider everything that we do, and I understand you're wanting to think about it. But The thing is, there's nothing to really consider at this point. We need to get you approved and find out if this is the right carrier for you. And then if you are approved and we can put it in place, we can set the payment for sometime next month whenever you want to put it. And then you've got 30 days, even after you receive the policy. So you'll have plenty of time to consider all the things, and you will have all the figures and the statistics there in front of you to consider. So, it's hard to consider something that is nebulous and all the facts are not known yet.
Okay, I get that. No, I'm totally with you. Really, it's just not a good time because the holidays are right around the corner, and I got to think about a lot of stuff, honestly. So, is there any way that maybe we can just maybe finish this up after the holidays?
I understand you've got a lot on your mind and a lot of things that you have to deal with. The thing is that the need for this type of thing can come on you very suddenly. And if you put it off, then, obviously none of us wants to consider needing this to be put in place right away. But, the longer you put it off, the longer you're unprotected, and the longer your family is not protected against financial loss. So, it's best to make these decisions in consideration of your family as soon as you can, both to keep the best rates that you can and to avoid the eventuality of having an event that you might need this insurance and not have it.
Yeah, I love the tone. I love the tonality. The only thing I could say is maybe just chop it up into shorter segments, be a little bit more concise, and then a little bit more projected in your voice, because all we have is our voice over the phones. But no, that was great. I absolutely loved it, especially the first objection. I mean, honestly, I don't think you'd have to go a second layer with that first rebuttal that you gave. So let's go to Ashley White. I want to do 2 layers with you. It doesn't have to be all drawn out, but what we're trying to shoot for is conviction, right? If you believe in the product more than their excuse, you're going to sell them no matter what you say. And I know it's weird having our cameras on, looking at each other right now, and we're all just like staring at each other's lips while we're talking, right? But so feel free to like turn your camera off if that's going to help you guys with your tonality. But we should be like fired up on this product, especially around the holidays. The more you think about what happens if you don't have life insurance, you can kind of tap into that feeling and convey that feeling. That's what's going to get them back on board with you, right? So let's go 2 layers, Ash. You quoted me 10,000, $100 a month. Hey, look, I want to think about it.
Sure. Anthony, do you mind me telling you a story? Sharing something with you real fast?
Absolutely not.
So this year, in July, my whole life changed. I'm 36 years old. I got 3 kiddos, and I lost my husband of 18 years. And I'm thankful that in a moment that he could have thought about it, he didn't. And he had a life insurance policy, just like what I'm selling you. Everything that we talked about is exactly what it is. I've stood in a funeral home. I've used this policy that I'm talking to you about right now. And during the holidays, I think it's more important to share that story because there's moments that you don't get an opportunity to think about something. So I share that with you to say that life throws you curveballs. It throws things at you that you wish you could have went back and done things differently. And that's why I love what I do, to give someone an opportunity to put something in place that in a moment when someone is standing in a funeral home or standing in their home, that they know in the hardest time of their life that they can at least take one thing off of those people that they love more than anything. And so this policy does exactly what I'm saying. It pays out very quickly so that you can take care of your family, your wife and your children in a moment that you can't anymore. And we can set your payment up for next month. That gives you time to get your policy in your hands to review it and look it over. I'll be happy to go over anything that if you do get that policy that you have some questions about, but we can do that right now. What do you say?
Yeah. See, I don't think we need to go a second layer. Everybody's can agree, right? I mean, that's just using your actual experience. She knows the power of life insurance and having it. For us, it's just another piece of paper, right? It's a license to hang on the wall, and just another piece of paper for our clients that we need to make sure they get in the mail.